Welcome to the Trading Daddies podcast, hosted by yours truly, Nico Reyes, and my awesome co-host,
Teflon John in the building.
Tefleezy Fosheezy, in the Beezy with a Kirbyzy. On today's episode, you guys will find out how John has now 2 vacuums for the price of too much. We also talked about how we're looking at these meme stocks are pumping again. So please be careful with your plays. What else did we talk about?
Q&As. We talked about how my Kirby is relatable to the stock market. That's
Exactly.
it.
Once you guys see all-time highs, be aware and be weary so that you guys don't make the same mistakes that we do. But with that being said, please hit the subscribe button below. Hit the post notification bells for a nice ding, ding, ding every time a new episode drops. Follow us on all social media, tradingdaddies.com for all the news and merch. And we are still running a contest, so if you guys are interested, please hit up our Instagram page for that. And with that being said, let's get to the episode.
Yeah.
welcome to the Trading Daddies podcast, hosted by yours truly, Nico Reyes, and as always, my amazing co-host,
Teflon John in the building.
Tefleezy Fosheezy, all up in the heezy, with only one beezy, or no beezies. Was it one beezy or no beezy? No beezy.
Only one.
Only one. Okay, we like that.
Mother,
we like those odds.
children.
Those odds are a 1-to-1 ratio, and we don't. How do you say this? We don't look down upon 1-on-1 ratios. I like it.
Hey, so is that pool that you're putting up, is it still alive?
What pool? You having another kid?
Yeah.
Oh, that's live.
What's the ratio now?
Oh, okay. So,
What's
in
the
light of
what's the
in
line
light
on
of
that one?
in light of recent events that we're not gonna talk about on air. In light of recent events, I have actually scaled back the odds now. John having another kid was around 65 minus 65,000, right? That was it was minus 65,000.
I thought it was minus
No,
2,500.
no. I upped it. I upped it when you sent me that one text, and then I got the subsequent text after that, and made me rethink the value in the lines. So I think we're now at we're back down to like negative 1,000.
So to win $100,
You have to bet 1,000.
you have to bet 1,000. That's not good odds at all.
Not good odds at all, but more certainty for John to have another kid.
We still have 10 more months.
We do have 10 more months. We do have 10 more months.
Dude, we did had a scare though. I texted you.
You did scare me.
Why would I scare you? I'm
No,
more
you
scared.
did. No, you did scare me to a point where I'm like, oh man, do I have to actually pay up here? Because I don't want to pay up. Dude, all right. So let's put this in perspective. We still have 10 more months, and we're over here crying about taking this month as a loss.
Man, tell me about this month, bro. Tell me about this month.
So I'm gonna be completely transparent here. I am down 50%.
You are?
I am down 50% from January.
It's because of Tesla,
It's because of Tesla,
Neo,
Neo,
Palantir,
Palantir, the big three,
the trifecta.
the only three.
The trifecta. That's your entire portfolio right there.
I don't believe in diversification. I I like having one stock and one stock only.
And you know what? Diversification, I mean, I can't even damn pronounce it. Is for suckers.
Tell me what your risk is, and I'll show you my portfolio.
Bro, my current mix right now. Well, I did trim Palantir. I took out 200 shares, but I think I'm gonna go back into it as leaps. But right now, I think my current portfolio, all combined, it's like 40% Palantir, 30% Tesla, 20% Neo, and then the rest is like crumbs, like Walmart,
Crumbs.
Costco. Yeah,
Just rando stuff.
yeah, just randos.
Randos.
My core. Yeah.
We're still recovering. February has been a very weird month.
It's been ass, bro.
Yeah, it's
Bro,
straight
bro.
butt. Yeah, it's
Straight
straight
butt.
butt. Yeah, absolute butt. Like it takes a lot for a trader to wake up in the morning or as early as we already wake up to begin with.
Yeah.
Right, as early as we already wake up. But to wake up at let's say 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 6:30.
Or
If
3:45 in the morning, like
three,
tomorrow.
like yeah, well, no, tomorrow we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a bit because oh, we're in it. We're in for some good fun. Good fun for the next few days. But I think it takes so much for us to wake up to a red day in our portfolios. Congratulations to the people who made money off of the big stock like what CCIV ran, right? What's the level on CCIV right now? Are they still down
Yeah, they were down like 20% today.
today?
Yeah. So remember we kept preaching, buy the rumor, sell the news.
We did.
Buy the rumor, sell the news. That's it. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't even explain it anymore. If it's good news, sell it. If it's bad news, sell it. Like you
Hmm.
definitely gotta sell it because it's not gonna come back up.
No, not for a while. Remember,
Yeah,
I talked about this in the podcast a
yeah,
few episodes ago.
yeah.
SPAC plays, these special purpose acquisition companies. What happens is, before the news of a merger, there's
Hmm.
a bunch of money that flows into the SPAC, so that there's a pre-anticipatory run to the announcement of the merger, and once they announce the merger, there are people who are gonna start selling off their positions, and there's going to be this tug of war of pricing because the company that's merging, right, the company that's being acquired and the company that is acquiring are in talks of finding out the equilibrium for how much they want to price the shares at.
Yeah.
On top of that, they have to sell a certain lot of shares to previous investors at a certain price, so that definitely affects a lot of what the price action is. Remember, as retail traders, we don't get big lots like this. We eat crumbs. We're like the mice of the financial world. We are just eating scraps.
We're always last to know.
We're always the last people on the pecking order. And that's why when we see these like parabolic moves, it's time to hop in and make sure that you protect your capital. And again, this is what's going to happen in terms of CCIV. We're going to find a new bottom here, a nice cooling off period. I think we are almost there. We're at what, sub $30. I did call the sub $30.
Yeah, that
Did call
sucks.
that.
Sucks because the folks who got in the 20s and the 30s, you worked so hard to hold on to it, and then now you're back at where you started.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. So that's what I was talking about is if you got the stock at sub 20s, hold. I feel like there's still value in holding there, right? If you're really a long-term investor, but if you got the stocks like 30s to 40s, I hope that you covered
Jesus.
because there's
It's gonna be
that
tough, man.
hurts.
That's gonna be tough. Yeah.
That hurts. So with sub 30s, I'm looking at a price here. I'm looking at a potential entry here at sub 30s. What's your take?
I wouldn't even touch it. Yeah, sorry for the ones who got in it. It ran as high as 60.
Dude, it was about to
Jesus.
hit 70.
Yeah,
It was getting ready to hit 70. There's going to be
yeah.
some cooling off period, some sideways trading before we actually find more volume for the buyers at the bottom here. But other than that, I hope that you guys
That
protected the money that you guys did.
Lucid has tons of potential.
Oh, they do. They really
Yeah,
do.
because the CEO used to be an ex head engineer at Tesla and was I guess was one of the ones
Hmm.
that put out was it the Model S or
The
something?
Model S, yeah.
Yeah, I guess he was the lead engineer or something for the Model S. So
Yeah.
on top of that, they have a factory.
They do have the factory.
Okay, and I think they're expanding in Arizona as well, right?
Well, they have the factory in Arizona,
Yeah. Well, they also have an office in was it Newark or Union City?
somewhere in the Bay Area.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
by
their head
eight.
office is in the Bay Area. Their
Uh-huh.
manufacturing is in Arizona.
Yeah.
But out of all the EV plays, besides Tesla and Neo, Lucid's the one who's actually building cars,
Mm-hmm.
right? Actually building cars. And I saw actually a really cool thing. A couple of my friends are car junkies, and they went to the USS Hornet, car meet,
Mm-hmm.
and Lucid was actually there, which is actually
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff. Workhorse took a dump.
So again, that's a buy the rumor, sell the news.
Mhm.
But that rumor's been going on for like months.
Months, months forward.
And then you get to find out that you're not getting it. You get a haircut for 50% off.
Dude, months. And there's no recovering from this anymore.
No, just
I
dump that.
don't think work hose. I don't think Workhorse is a company that you should be putting on your watch list. There's no way.
That's it. They're done.
This is Nicola all over again.
Yeah, it
I
sucks.
think this is Nicola all over again. There's nothing else for that company besides the USPS contract. So that definitely sucked it all out like a vacuum. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Speaking of vacuums,
Oh, I can't believe you really want to you want to go at it? Oh, I thought you forgot about it. It's so embarrassing. I guess it's story time. I was like, okay, vacuum. What? All right. So Saturday night, okay, this past Saturday, man, every week it's just that dude, I got tons of stories, man. Like this podcast can go on forever and ever. Anyway, so Saturday night, we were all having dinner. My in-laws were over. There was like a million kids in the house. This was like around 8 o'clock. All right. And there's a moral story to this because we're going to compare this to the stock market. Got a ring. Okay. Someone's at the door. I opened the door. I was like, and I saw these, obviously it's Idaho. It's these two white girls by the door.
Mhm.
And they handed me a box of, well, not a box, but, a little container of Clorox. It was like a Clorox fragrance, no bleach. Okay.
No bleach.
Yeah, and I said, "What am I going to do with this?" And they pitched me, "You don't have to buy anything. It's already late. Okay, we just want to go home. We get paid $50 for the entire day." And I said, "Oh crap, where is this going?"
I can tell
Um,
you that's a bold-faced lie, but keep going.
and they said, "Have you ever heard of Kirby?" And I said, "The vacuum? They still have that?" And they're like, "Well, yeah." Obviously, they weren't wearing any uniforms whatsoever. They had no clipboards, no tablets. They look like my neighbors, right?
Hmm.
And I said, "Kirby, you mean the vacuum?" She's like, "Yeah. You don't have to buy anything." "Oh, so you guys are selling something, but where is it?" "You don't have a truck. I don't see no trucks, nothing. You're not carrying a bag. What is this? What are you guys trying to sell?" And she said, "Well, my boss is just around the corner. We can call him right now. He can pull up in a minute. But we just want to demonstrate, how awesome it is to have a Kirby. If you've heard of it, you got to see it." And I said, "You know what? How long is it going to take?" She said, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. All right, don't laugh. There's more.
You're
I was
so
like,
nice, dude. You're
"Dude,
so
I'm
nice.
so nice."
You're so
Exactly. 'Cause
nice.
people out here, they're hella nice. Like they're not gonna bow. Like, dude, I didn't expect them to tell me that they're from Kirby, right? So, anyways, I was like, "You know what? 5 minutes. All right, I want you to vacuum this spot right here, okay, by the front door." She's like, "Done." Calls her boss. Boss comes out with a white van. All right, pulls up with a white van in front of my house. I was like, "Okay, that's sketch. That's super
Yeah.
suspect." Okay, and one of the girls carried a big ass box of Kirby, and everything was brand new. They unpacked it, they set it up, and anyways, 2 hours later,
Wait, they said 5 minutes at first, and now it's 2 hours later. You just
exactly,
time
exactly.
travel?
We're gonna tie this everything back to the stock market because I'm gonna tell you guys how basically I got sold the dream. And 2 hours later, they cleaned the entire first floor. They vacuumed my bed, 3 rooms, the hallway, and even my couch. And they even vacuumed underneath the fridge.
Wait, how are they vacuuming underneath the fridge? Did they lift the fridge?
No, they showed me some attachment. I was like, it was kind of cool. All right.
Okay, okay, okay.
All right. First of all, Kirby is, 100-something years old brand, right? And by the way, I did some research. Kirby is owned by, the great Warren Buffett. It's one of their sub companies, right? So I was like, all right, I trust this brand. If Mr. Buffett trusts this brand, I trust this brand.
So
Okay.
you're telling me Warren Buffett still believes in door-to-door sales?
Yes, he does.
Okay, okay,
Yes, he
okay.
does. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. So when the girl was vacuuming my rug, she was like, "You know what? You don't have to buy anything." All right. She keeps telling me that, and I was like, I wasn't gonna buy anything anyways. Like, I just bought a $500 Dyson.
I
That shit was
remember the
pricey.
Dyson.
All right. I
I
love my
remember the
Dyson, by the
Dyson.
way, from Costco. Shout out to Costco. I'm a shareholder. But anyways, it was $100 off, $500. The thing is just, it's beautiful. It's immaculate. It's clean looking. Great device. It sucks. All right. Like physically. Until I saw the Kirby. Don't laugh. But the Kirby, man, bro.
Let me ask you this: Did they
No,
say?
no, no. Don't ruin my story. First of all, right, it's the 21st century, all right, and this vacuum still has a bag, all right. And then I told my wife, me and my wife, we were talking about it. I said, "Man, that thing got a bag. Like, dude, like it's the 21st century. That means I have to go online and purchase, and order bags, right? Every time this shit gets filled." So I was like, it's so inconvenient. Doesn't matter, right? I like my Dyson. The girl, she was like, you don't have to buy anything, but if you're curious, I'm just gonna put this on the table. All right. It was a laminate that says Kirby Avalier 2 for $29.99. I said, what the fuck? $3,000 for a damn vacuum? Like, who's gonna buy $3,000 vacuum?
Let's be real.
Like that,
We've spent $5,000 on Tesla call before.
we did. Right? And you know what's funny is because like when you get in the stock market, when you see something on sale, like you just can't resist, right? You just want to pour money in it,
Yeah.
right? Yes, my call for an 870 March 5th expiration, which is next week, by the way,
Savage.
is down 90%. I put 6 grand in there. I could have bought 2 Kirby's, bro.
You could have bought two Kirby's. You could have bought
But
two
now this
Kirby's.
thing's gonna expire worthless. But anyways, let's go back to the story. So she laid the laminate, and I told my wife, I was like, $3,000 for a vacuum? And she was like, no, no, okay. And I was already impressed. I was already sold for the vacuum, but I didn't know it was going to be this much. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, research Kirby Avalier 2. You can get a used one for like 1,000. You can get a new one for like 1,400, 1,500, but they go as high as $3,000 for these equipments, right? And they actually do the work. Like this thing was a leaf blower, a window cleaner. It can even clear your plumbing. It has a blower.
Wait, it could clear plumbing?
Yeah, dude, I told you. Like they spent 2 hours demoing everything.
How many times did they tell you that this Kirby vacuum has a Mercedes-Benz engine?
One time,
One
I
time.
did hear that line. Okay, and they kept saying, my Dyson sucks. Figure of speech.
Oh,
Yeah, and dude, that hurt because I've
that
been wanting
hurt.
a Dyson so bad. I was like, all right, now you done pissed me off. Okay,
I know.
all right. That kind of added another no
Yeah.
to my ammo
Mm-hmm.
until check this out. Okay, I said I can't afford it. $3,000 for a vacuum. That's like 6 Dysons. And she said, you know what? let me just make a quick phone call to my boss real quick. All right.
There's a phone call involved.
Yeah, yeah. So check this out. So she goes in the corner, all right, calls up someone, and I was like, all right, like, okay, so are you guys trying to lower the price? What were you doing over here? I already said no. Someone knocking on the door, right? Tick, tick, tick. I opened the door. I was like, it's an Asian girl. I was like, okay, so are you here to sell
In
knives?
Idaho?
In Idaho, exactly. We're
Why
probably the only two Asian people in the state. So
Did
I
you do
opened the
the
door.
Spider-Man meme? Like,
Yeah, like,
you.
what are you doing here? All right,
I
like
was
me,
going,
you. What are we
I
doing?
should be the only Asian here in Idaho.
For some reason, the white girl calls up and says, "Bring in the closer."
Bring in the closer!
I got sold. All right. But all right, for the folks who are in sales, all right, check this out since you're in sales too. Okay. So the Asian girl, her name was Maya or Mia, whatever. I knew a Mia once. She was shady too.
I think
Anyway,
we all know have known a Mia
yeah.
or a Maya.
Check this out. Mia did this. She did one of this. John, you really like the vacuum, but you don't like the price. Let me call my boss real quick.
So the boss called the boss.
Exactly, right? It's like how many tiers are there?
There's
So
double
anyways,
layer boss.
so check this out. Me and my wife, we were sitting together, and then she pulls up her phone and somewhat like dials like random numbers, and then gets on the phone and was like, "Hi, so and so. I'm here with John and Tanara, and they really like the vacuum, but they can't agree with the price. Can we do something about it?" And I was like, and me and my wife, we were looking at each other. We're like, "Is she really talking to someone?"
That's theater. That's theater.
But guess what though? I kind of creeped up in the corner, and her phone had that light. So meaning she wasn't really talking to someone.
No.
Oh, she done played me.
She definitely did play you. Yeah, that's a sales tactic. I do that all the time.
Exactly. So, anyways, long story short, we ended up buying the damn vacuum.
I wish it was that easy. I am very biased against Kirby's. I hate Kirby's with a passion. I
Bro,
hate Kirby's with a
check this
passion.
out. I knew they were expensive, but I didn't know they were going to be that expensive.
It's the whole sales process that pisses me off about Kirby.
No, and you know what? I researched it while she was giving me the demo, and I was like, dude, this thing can run from 1,000 to 3,000. I'm not about to pay 3,000 if someone can get it for 1,000. All right, going back to the stock market, why would you pay 3,000 if you can get it for 1,000?
Yeah.
All right.
Right?
So you know what I told her? I was like, I can't pay 3,000. I'm unemployed. I ain't got no work.
Yeah. I mean, you're unemployed.
I'm unemployed. And she said, let me call my boss. And
She didn't call her boss.
that's when she was like, John, she writes it down on a piece of paper. I can get it to you for half off. And I was like, wait, hold on. You went from 3,000 to 1,500. No doubt.
Can you imagine the profit margin?
Exactly. So if I said yes to 3,000, they would have bought vacation homes at I don't know, Philippines or something. Anyway,
That's the profit margin on those is roughly around $2,000.
that's insane. So I could have said, no, I don't want 1,500. I want it for 1,199.
You could have gotten that. You could have really gotten that.
And I could have spent $500 on an AMC call for tomorrow.
You could have. You really. Do you know why I'm so biased against Kirby's? And
Tell me.
how much I know.
Tell me
about
your
profit margin.
story about Kirby's.
So here I am, 21 and dumb. 21 and dumb, new baby. Just recently got married for the first time. Around that time was the crash of 2008, 2009. You know, everybody was having a hard time looking for a job, right? And the means of you finding a job is A, you get recruited by a friend, right? Or B, you go to Craigslist, right? The typical way of you finding a job through Craigslist is you find an opportunity, you send an email out with your resume, hopefully you get a call back, right? And then you go to the interview or whatnot. That's how the process starts. But this particular opportunity says Send in your resume now and start today.
Wow.
As a dummy who's looking for an opportunity, I'm gonna hop in there, right? There was like, and then the body of the ad was like, money making opportunity, once in a lifetime sales opportunity. Apply now and start today. And I'm like, all right, don't tell me twice. So I did. So I sent out an email, and then they called me. They called me in 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Called me in 30 minutes. This was around like 7 o'clock in the morning, right? I get a call 30 minutes later, and they said, oh, can you come in for an interview / orientation? It's at 10 o'clock in Fremont. I used to live in Pittsburgh.
Damn.
I used to live in Pittsburgh.
So you caught all kinds of traffic.
I caught all kinds of traffic. I needed to be there by 10, so I dressed up.
That's like
right?
middle of rush hour.
Middle of rush hour. I had to dress up, not in like the nicest clothes. I didn't wear a full-on suit or whatever. I just, button up or whatever. And then I drove my happy ass all the way to Fremont, from Pittsburgh to Fremont.
Must have been 3 hours.
It's horrible traffic. I was late. I got there at 10:30, and then they said, this is the funny part. I got in there like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm 30 minutes late. And he was like, we don't like it when people are late here. And I'm like, my apologies, right? My apologies. I didn't know. Sorry, right? So I hop in, right? I walk in there, and they're already having orientation. In big bold letters, it says Kirby. And I'm like, what the hell's a Kirby? I've played video games before. Yeah. I know what Kirby Superstar is, right? The big pink blob. Yep. I know what Kirby Superstar is. And I was like, Kirby, and why is there a vacuum there? So they're over here demonstrating this vacuum, right? They were like, yeah, this vacuum, and did they ever use the circular pads on you?
They used up like 100 of those. I even took
circular pads.
I even took some
because it shows you how it's filtered. It shows you how they filter the dirt.
They had a black one and a white one.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going through this orientation. They're teaching us the ins and outs of this vacuum. And in my head, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just going to be on the phone because I love cold calling. Cold call to, unsuspecting people, unsuspecting customers who probably want to buy a vacuum. I thought it was easy. Call center job. You know what I mean? So they're already showing accolades like, oh, so-and-so sold 3 vacuums yesterday. Here's a $3,000 bonus check. Right? Dude, it was crazy. Like, if you're sitting there and you don't have any money, right? And then you sell X amount of vacuums previously, and they give you a $3,000 check the next day. Don't you think that you're gonna be like, oh shit, this is easy. I'm gonna do this, right? So I'm like, all right, let's see where this goes. And then lunchtime happens, right? They provided lunch, provided sandwiches or whatnot, and then around 1 o'clock, 1:30 ish. They were like, all right, guys, let's start. Let's get on it. And I'm like, all right, cool. So where's the room where we're calling? Nope. You're divided into 5 teams. This team is going to go there. This team is going to go there. This team is going to go there. Get into your vans. I'm like, what do you mean get into our vans? So they put us in like inline 15 seaters. Mind you, remember, I'm just going to reiterate this. I used to live in Pittsburgh. The training was in Fremont. So that means that if I'm getting into my car, I'm going to have to leave my car in Fremont. Right? Left my car in Fremont. We went up to the freeways. We got to Dublin. And I'm like, all right, this isn't bad. It's already like 2 o'clock. I think we're going to stop by here somewhere. And somebody goes, oh, let's go, restroom break. And I'm like, restroom break? Aren't we supposed to be hitting the field or whatever? The supervisor on duty, a.k.a. the closer says, no, we have another hour and a half drive. And I'm like, what do you mean hour and a half drive? Is there any cities beyond Dublin? like what other cities beyond Dublin can we go to right now? And they said, this guy deadass said, we're going to go sell in Stockton.
Damn, that's hella far.
I live in Pittsburgh, parked my car in Fremont, took a van to Stockton.
And granted, the way you described that van, it was like a rape van.
It was a creepo van.
Yeah.
Think On Track without the logo.
Yep. with the black rims.
with the black rims. No, not even a hubcap.
Yep.
Creepo van. There's a lot of us in there, and you had to like once we got there, they dropped us off in certain neighborhoods, and this is actually methodical because what they did is they sectioned off. They gave you a map. They gave you maps. This is your territory for the day. This is what you're going to be knocking for the day. No, like the questions we had were like, okay, so what if they don't answer? Come back later. What do you mean come back later? Right? Because around those times you're only you could sell door to door, but nobody's going to answer from the time between the hours of like 12 to like 2:30 because everybody's out. So from 3:30 to like whatever, people are home getting ready for dinner or
8:30. It's fine. I'll open the
right?
door.
Right. So here I am. They had to put us in threes. There was me, a white girl, and a black dude. Right? Because we had to cover our bases. So if I knocked the door and it was an Asian lady or an Asian family, I was up to bat.
Oh my God. They really pulled the closer on me.
So they saved you because they knew that you were going to be more susceptible to buy from an Asian chick, right?
Oh my God, I got played, bro. I can't believe I was complaining for, hours. I kept telling my wife a damn vacuum Saturday night at home. $1,500, man. Waste of money.
So we're over here and we had to knock on every single thing and every single door. And if you don't get an appointment, you're not going to get picked up by the van. So if your team doesn't get an appointment and you guys don't eat, you guys don't get anything.
And you walk your ass home.
You don't walk your ass home, but you guys are the ones getting picked up late. So that was the worst sales experience of my life. That's why I hate Kirby. So when John said that I bought a Kirby, I couldn't stop laughing.
I got played, bro.
Exactly. Because I've been texting him on Saturday. So I was texting him like, hey, dude, what do you think about this chart, this chart, this chart, this chart? This dude is not answering. I'm like, all right, cool. So he's spending time with the family. That's fine. And then he texts me and he goes, I just bought a Kirby.
She was there for 3 hours, bro.
Dude, they bored you to submission.
Exactly.
But you have clean floors.
Oh, dude, Kirby sucks, man. Like physically.
Physically, it sucks.
It's a good vacuum. I like the vacuum. All right, it's super lightweight. It's clean. Has all these attachments, and I was just blown away by like all the things that it can do.
Do you really like the vacuum?
I was not gonna pay $3,000 for it. Let's go back to the stock market.
Never buy the top. Never.
Exactly.
Buy the top.
If someone's trying to sell you, a $30,000 car, tell them no. I want it for $20,000. Then he'll say, "How about we meet in the middle?"
Always.
There you go.
Always. Right. So when you're buying your option calls, right? When you're buying your option calls, best advice that anybody's ever given me: try to buy the mid price. Don't buy it at market. Set your limit prices because that's the price you're comfortable with paying. Right? Never buy.
There's a lesson learned here, bro.
Huh?
There's a lesson learned here.
There's always a lesson learned. Just don't be a Kirby salesperson. Also, don't drive all the way from Pittsburgh to Fremont and then leave your car in Fremont. Then I had to wait until I got back to Fremont before I got to drive home. Dude, that day sucked. That day sucked hard. Again, when you see a stock that's topping, that's why we preach about technical analysis on this channel. Even on the Discord, when people ask us, what about this chart? And we say it's overextended, that's what we mean. Because if you buy a stock that's overextended, expect some downturn, and then you're going to be bag holding and you don't know what to do with it. Or your calls that you bought are going to expire worthless because you're holding on to them, waiting for them to recover.
Which one's worse? A $6,000 call that's about to expire worthless, or a $1,500 Kirby?
What's worse? $1,500 Kirby, because you know how biased I am against Kirby's.
Oh.
Because if you're going to tell me to buy the top of Tesla...
Anyways, how was your week, bro?
And no, I don't like it. Not this week. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It has not been good.
Well, first of all, Monday happened. All right,
Yes.
Monday, everyone saw it. It was everyone was in panic mode, and I was one of them. Okay, I was one of them. All right. I let go of four positions that I should have, held on to because the market just, completely just ran up,
Poop.
right?
Yeah.
It just sucks.
It's horrible, dude. It's horrible. And we're coming into we're seeing some bouncing here.
Hmm.
We are seeing some bouncing here. What Tesla took a fat dump yesterday,
Yep.
and it recovered 100 points. You know what I mean? This week, today up another 40 points.
Here's my thoughts though.
Okay.
Like right now, I'm looking at the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P 500. We're in a dip, and it got bought hard.
It did.
Okay. So here's my theory here. The last couple of times this happened was back in September, which was a rough month, by the way, and back in end of October and November, which is straight ham.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Back in September, when we fell below the 50 moving average, it got bought hard and it ran up. Back end of October, same exact thing. Okay, we fell below the 50, got bought hard, ran back up. So we're seeing the same scenario here. I mean, you can't really go off on previous experiences
Mhm.
because that can really ruin your account because going off of previous experiences, you can't really predict the future. You just got to base it off of like current events and what's happening right now. um, but a lot of great things though, because Papa Powell, Jay Powell,
Lord Savior Powell. Yeah.
he basically flat out told everyone, hey, I'm supporting the economy.
There you go. Mama Woods doing the Lord's work,
Mama
buying
Woods.
every single dip. Right, buying every single dip. Wall Street Bets is still pumping the market. Right. So today was actually a good day if we're really going to take a look at it. GME and AMC is back in meme
Whoo.
status. So John and I actually bought calls at the last 30 seconds of the market.
Yeah, so tomorrow should be fun. I bought a Friday this Friday expiration. Okay, for a $10 strike, and let's see,
We're just trying to
AMC.
recover our money. We're just trying to
Yeah,
get
but
our money
I think
back.
this is the beginning of a great March.
Yeah, it really is going to be.
Okay,
Yeah.
because like today was a 3 grand profit, realized profit, and it felt like another day. I
Hmm.
wasn't really. I texted you, right? I was like, dude, I'm not even phased about. I'm supposed to be happy about this. Um, it's because we've been so beaten down the past 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and that's the reality of it. Stock market, it gives and it takes.
The market giveth and the market taketh away.
But the past 3 weeks, the market kept taking,
Yeah,
taking,
just taking,
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 taking.
taking, taking,
But
taking,
anyway,
taking. I'm
um,
very optimistic with for the next, for this next week, and maybe the next month is going to be amazing. A lot of the stocks that we were playing are like super oversold.
yeah,
They're oversold and they're ready for their prime to move back up again. The mistake that me personally, the mistake that I made was not to have enough capital set aside in order for me to buy the dips. And that's just me being how do you say this? Not being mindful about my own risk. And again, I'm still learning a lot. But this is a far departure from where I was back in September when everything was just going to shambles and I didn't
yeah,
know what to do with it. And John was like, "Dude, just stay in, just stay in." And
yeah.
this time around, it feels a little bit better because it's not like I'm down to my last X amount. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, definitely, we saw a nice recovery today, but looking at what we're getting into, I say buy the dip, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
look at Apple's chart. I mean, Apple's been lagging, but really, Apple is about to hit oversold levels. And look at Tesla, for example,
Mm-hmm.
oversold levels yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
and it bounced hard. Look at Nvidia just killed earnings. I mean, the run is still there.
Yeah.
I really do think there's going to be another run, and on top of that, we're waiting for the stimulus, which I think they're going to vote on it next week.
Yeah.
That's what it
Once the
says.
stimmy passes,
That's another run.
that's another run. That's another run.
Yeah.
You want to do some Q&A real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, we got 3 questions. The Yapper says, should I put money on GameStop and AMC? Tough question. Tough question. Let me give you a tough answer. If you weren't already in GameStop and AMC prior to the end of the day today, it's going to be difficult for us to say chase it because we don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
John told me this pump might be a lot smaller than what it was before. It's not going to go up to 500 anymore, I don't think. Because when we were looking at AMC and it spiked from 742 to 899, GME got halted.
Yeah.
So the powers that are still manipulating the market are still at play. Nobody ever learned their lesson here.
Oh yeah, they're going to be watching, all these meme stocks like a hawk, bro.
So my advice is to be cautious, and when you see profit, take it, because you don't want to be that guy that bought GameStop tomorrow at 250 and nothing ever happens to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
be more, especially with GameStop and AMC. Watch for BlackBerry, watch for Nokia, watch for Bed Bath and Beyond. Just
BlackBerry.
BlackBerry. Just be careful, right? Just be careful.
Well, here, let me add on to that. The reason this is a smaller pump is because the first pump is always the biggest. There you go. Okay. Since the chart already crashed, we're going to treat this as a penny stock play. And majority of the penny stock plays, majority of it is like you see this first huge pump, and then there's a dead cat bounce following, I don't know, give it like 2-3 weeks. In this case, give it a month.
Yeah.
But the chart was setting up nicely. We've been anticipating for this, this week, last week. I told Nico, I was like, hey, you know what? I think this is it. Like, it's coming. And here we are. It's today.
Yeah. We're a week late. So for the people who are waiting for the TD stimmy, we do apologize because we thought it was going to be last week, but it happened this week. So
that sucks because I wanted to give away, a cash prize, right?
I know. Same here. I really wanted to do the same thing. Zach, our good friend Zach, which, we need to get Zach back on the show one time.
Oh, he's been busy, bro.
I know. What's something critical that they need to add to the Wall Street Bets movie? There's a movie?
There's going to be. I mean, the biggest squeeze? I don't know. AMC, GME.
Like, you know how like The Big Short and now it's called The Big Squeeze?
The Big Squeeze, yeah. I think it's going to be a movie. It's going to be shown at AMC.
I wish that we could get like a cameo in there once.
Yeah.
Right? They should add a small, not even a small section, maybe just a small snippet of us. Just like we did our part.
I know.
Dude,
someday, Trading Daddies will be, worldwide.
Worldwide. One of these days, right? One of these days. And last but not the least, we actually have a very good question from our good friend Tony. Good friend Tony says, when is the strike price going to hit for John's 4th baby?
Oh my God.
So I did some technical analysis on this. The chart right now, it's a little oversold. So we're going to see a little bit of a bounce. I'm putting the strike price, maybe, I'm going to buy the second strike up, maybe a 250. Maybe a 250 strike, and then let's do a leap call on this one. December 2021.
So what you're trying to say is next month my wife's going to get pregnant.
No. The announcement of you having another baby, that's what we're betting on. We're not betting on when the baby's coming.
Oh,
we're betting on.
I just want to let you know this is the Trading Daddies podcast show. Do you know how hard it is to trade with 3 kids, screaming, yelling, throwing, throwing up in your background? It's hard.
I can't imagine that. I have one,
so
and he's
hard,
Joy.
bro.
So
Like, anyway, dude, that's gonna be on some other show.
every time I mention this bet to Johnny,
I get stressed out, man. Like, you have no idea. Like, it is so hard to trade with all these damn kids, man.
I wouldn't know. I have one, and he's joining me, so
Have you ever stepped on a small Lego piece?
I've stepped on
It
five.
hurts.
They do
It
hurt.
hurts.
They do hurt.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lego piece, did you see that the King Kong trailer?
I was just
There's
watching
going to be a new
Godzilla.
King Kong movie,
No.
King Kong Godzilla movie.
Hmm.
There was this meme of the military rolling in some military equipment, and it's like one big ass piece of Lego.
Imagine Godzilla stepping on that.
Oh my god! Any final trades for the next 2 days?
Dude, we're gonna be waking up 3:45 in the morning. Shout out to Jay Spees. You
Jay
know,
Spees from Bust Down
he
Investments. By the
yep,
way, if you guys
he
want to learn how to trade, hit up Jay Spees at Bust Down Investments. We are gonna get on a Trading Daddies conference call roughly around what? Whenever
4 a.m. 4 a.m. when the market, pre-market opens.
pre-market opens. It's gonna be another boring.
Bro, like last time we did that, like it was so crazy, right? I know I'm dragging on this one.
It's
It
okay.
was so crazy because I was looking at my account and I was like, damn, I'm up 19 grand in 24 hours.
Oh man,
Insane.
tomorrow I'm selling for sure. I'm not gonna hold this any longer.
Yeah, I told you that last time and you held.
Oh, well, you know what? That was me being hopefully optimistic, and I think that was the
Crazy.
downturn of it all.
Crazy.
Definitely.
No, but plays of the week. I am playing DraftKings earnings. They put out earnings this Friday. I have a call that I think it expires March. I have a $60 strike. I really like DraftKings fundamentally and technically. Fundamentally, I think they're going to kill it this earnings. Technically, the chart's going to break out above 60, 65. So we'll see what happens. I have I might add, I don't know. But anyways, AMC's on the focus for tomorrow.
For tomorrow, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm with
Yeah.
John here. We're still trying to recover. You know how we roll here. Palantir to the moon. Um, Tesla until we die. Maybe Lucid
Ooh.
once we find a new bottom. But we'll see where this week, with the rest of the week goes. But with that being said, follow us on our social media, Trading Poppy. Follow John at John C Trades. Follow at Trading Daddies, right? TradingDaddies.com for all your merch. Follow John's Kirby for that Kirby. It has its own Instagram page.
Oh my God.
Uh,
I'm never gonna let that go.
we are still running the Bitcoin contest, so please, if you haven't heard or seen the Bitcoin contest, please go on our Instagram. It's definitely there for you guys. And we just want to remind you guys, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe, and we'll have fun over there. But with that being said, let's get trading.
Yeah.